getting Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 1. Unai Emery's first game managing Aston Villa. It was a 3-point victory. And wow, what a victory this night. What a statement this is to show that clearly the quality was there with Villa. Perhaps we just didn't have the right man in charge. You know, the first time Aston Villa have beaten Manchester United at home since 1995. You know, and watching that game today, it was a deserved result. Manchester United are a horrible, horrible team. Ronaldo, Martinez, Luke Shaw, just some nasty individuals trying to beef up our players. Doesn't mean the referee wasn't at fault though. You know, Martinez, quite frankly, that should have been a red card for his elbow. And perhaps maybe something in there for Ronaldo with that scuffle with Mings, but ultimately who gives a crap about them? They're shit. We're on point now. And that is ultimately a great result. You can look at it and say maybe it's the new manager bounce. Maybe that is actually just Villa showing some quality. But overall, from a performance perspective, what a bloody showing out today. You know, in the first 15 minutes, again, similar to the Brentford game, 8 minutes, a lovely ball played in from Jacob Ramsey into Bailey. He finishes it in a tight angle in the bottom corner, 1-0. That's going to do him a bunch of confidence, who had an excellent game today before being subbed off. We've got 2-0 on the game then. A Lucas Digne free kick, you know, it's going in. And, oh, what a little finish that was to put it in that bottom corner as well to make it 2-0. You're thinking Villa are in dreamland. And then really for the majority of the first half after that, although defensively, I think we were really strong, a really good sense of structure in our defensive shape. And occasionally trying to catch out Manchester United with the possible counter-attack. Ultimately, they did get a goal. It was really undeserved goal upon the reflection of the game. It was a lucky deflection to make it 2, and you're thinking, oh dear, Villa could do with a goal here. If we want to keep this momentum, if we want to keep the possible chance of a victory, we need a goal. And what did Villa go and do? 3 minutes after half time, Jacob Ramsey absolutely slots it into the top left corner, buries it to make it 3-1, and Villa for the rest of the game completely frustrate the life out of Manchester United, completely show mentally wise why we were much stronger today. We kept our heads on, kept pushing throughout the game, and ultimately secured those 3 points in the end. You know, let's look at it really. Unai Emery, you know, the pressing's there. There's a lot more of a better sense of structure within the team. We're moving as one through the middle. As I said, defensively, I thought we were really good today. Even though we were under the cosh, it didn't really feel like Manchester United were going to massively penetrate us. The only real player that I think really stood out for them was Garnacho. He was giving Cash a really hard time at most points of the game. But I think, I'd say our defensive structure, we stayed in a line. The fact we've got the likes of Digne having to run off the side of the pitch and all the way around so he doesn't play players on side. Attacking wise, again, how dangerous we're looking. It's amazing what you can do when you spend 90 minutes just going on the front foot, you know. And even after the kick-off for half-time, literally seconds in, we're getting a shot on target from Bailey. You know, that fact that we're always pressing on the enemy line, it's a really nice sight to see. You know, the fact that, I mean, it's just ultimately what we're seeing. We can see there is clearly quality within this team, and we couldn't see that under Gerrard. But now Unai Emery's come in. He had a very difficult result against the Manchester United team that, you know, are a little bit tipsy-turvy this season, but, you know, it's a team that we still haven't done well against at home, and usually don't do well against. And ultimately, we've absolutely put them to the sword today. We finished it in the first 10-15 minutes. You know, we have absolutely shown a really good performance here that can really encourage the fans, really get behind what Unai Emery is going to hopefully build with Aston Villa Football Club. And, you know, again, I say it could be that new manager bounce. It could just be we caught them on off day who have shown some quality. Either way, let's celebrate it for what it is. It is a win for the first time since 1995 against Manchester United, against some scumbag bastards. No one fucking likes you, Manchester United. You're not a load of dicks. And ultimately, Villa have secured 3 points and a great sense of confidence. Some really standout players then. I thought Cash had a really good game. You know, as I said, although he did get ripped apart by Garnacho at times, going forward, I thought he was really superb. Mings and Konza especially, I thought he really stood up today, really showed some good defensive leadership capabilities with Mings. The pairing as well that we know has worked for so long, showed it again today. Digne as well, you know, his first game back into the team, replacing Ashley Young, I think was a bit unlucky to get dropped. Clearly showed it, scored a goal as well, really good 3 kick. Martinez as well deserves a massive shout out for that first half. The amount of saves he was making from the likes of Rashford, Ronaldo, Garnacho as well. Really strong, really perhaps one of the reasons keeping us in the game today. I think going forward though, Jacob Ramsey really did put a good shift in. I thought Wendy was a little bit tipsy-turvy here and there. Perhaps maybe that swap for McGinn could have come a little bit sooner. But going forward, man, Watkins does the job as well, holding the ball up and giving that assist to Jacob Ramsey. Bailey as well, running the show, showing why he's having a really good season this year. Finally getting over that injury doubt, finally finding his feet in the Premier League, and ultimately scoring bangers like he is. And just really overall, a threatening state of attack going forward again. We're finally seeing it, you know. It's very exciting. Substitutions wise as well. I mean, you know, we've obviously got the same substitutions. McGinn coming on. I thought he did a really good shift today in the time that he came on. Boubacar Kamara, nice to see him come on. Did he need to come on? Maybe not. I think we could have been fine with Douglas Luiz. But, you know, and then Morgan Sanson. The story might be true. He's alive. He's alive. Morgan Sanson coming on as well. You know, obviously, if the story is true that Emery does rate him, you know, perhaps this is a very encouraging, and that's what fans are going to like to see. You know, I think we all agree Morgan Sanson perhaps hasn't had the best of chances under Gerald Smith, but hopefully this is the right time now that he gets a real, maybe a last chance probably now, but hopefully this is what we want to see. We want to see players like him given that chance. Obviously no Archer or Coutinho today, but, you know, considering playing Brighton next, I can't imagine, unless it is injury on Niggles, hopefully we will see them back today. But overall, what a great result this is, especially as well with other results going on in the league. Bloody, I've got about screen tabs open here. Let's just see where we are in the league. I believe we're now 14th place. Obviously, here we go. So we're in 13th place then. Obviously, West Ham losing last minute to Crystal Palace. We're on 15 points. A game against Brighton next as well, who are in a bit of good form now. But a win against them, and you can see us back into 10th place potentially. And it's something to build upon. But yeah, ultimately today, a really good bloody performance, a great result for Aston Villa, and ultimately, hopefully, this is finally the start to what we've been wanting as a football club. You know, we're getting that badge change. Hopefully, we're finally going to get a change in the experience and season for Aston Villa Football Club. So yeah, leave it in the comments down below on our social pages what you think of that. Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 1. We'll see you for Brighton, boys.